Black Clover has been going on a run, producing bangers after bangers after bangers. But what's up guys, the Red Cloak here, and today is my chapter review for Black Clover chapter 322. But before we begin, make sure to leave a like and bell notification to always stay notified whenever I upload a video on this channel. I produce Black Clover and My Academia, and soon is going to be Bleach once October hits. Now enough of all that, let's get right into the chapter review on Black Clover chapter 322, the Vice Captain of the Black Bulls. This chapter picks back up on the fight with Lucifero, and Asta still at being at death's door and not really being fully healed. But now Noct comes in and tells him that you're in no position to fight and you should probably just sit down for a bit. But Asta then tells Noct that he can still fight, and Noct then thinks to himself that there is no way either of us can beat Lucifero without Asta's help. So even though Asta's injured, they gotta take a leap of faith, because if Asta isn't there to fight Lucifero, they got no chance of winning, and Lucifero can do whatever he pleases. Noct then says not alone you will fight, but we'll both be fighting together. And right now, it's kind of looking bad. Asta's at death's door, and Noct, in my personal opinion, he is only at best when he combines his devils, at best a high-ranking devil up to a supreme. And we already know what happened with that. And I don't think that's going to be enough to beat or make a dent into Lucifero. Yuno and Mereoleona are still fighting, Lucifero, and the fact that they are doing this just shows that they are the strongest captains in the Spade Kingdom right now. They're getting up and they're fighting Lucifero, but Yuno states that they're only buying time. They're just doing this so they can survive. And if Lucifero hits them one time, they're as good as dead. And Lucifero is just thinking to himself like, look, why am I wasting my time on these guys? I need to get to Asta and kill him. Lucifero is saying this because he knows that Asta has the power to hurt him. He has the power to kill him. And Lucifero wants to get rid of that before he kills these two and everyone else here. So he makes a last ditch effort and yells Adramelech's name, the second gate Supreme Devil, telling him to deal with Mereoleona and Yuno so he can get to Asta. What's shocking is that Adramelech refuses. He just says, nah, I'm good. And Lucifero just says, you bastard. And Adramelech just tells him, like, seeing you fight is just way too much fun. So, you're on your own. And it's crazy because Lucifero is supposed to be the king of the devils. And this guy just disobeyed him, but it kind of makes sense. Lucifero is at 50% of his power. So he may not have that power authority like he did in the underworld. And Adramelech might just have something up his sleeve. And you really think he's content with seeing Lucifero being the king of the devils? I'm telling you, all these devils are out for themselves. And I will be making a video on that. And Mereoleona is just laughing in his face, just saying, looks like you're not really too popular amongst your own people, are you? And crazy, she may be right. Lucifero may be the king of the underworld, but it seems like most people don't really like him, and it's kind of understandable. But I already know that Lucifero is going to get rid of her, and she has a death wish, but as we see, Mereoleona has reached her limit. She has reached her cap. And what I mean by that is that her body is disforming. What I'm saying is, her body is getting too close to Mana. We have made fun of Tabata by saying that he doesn't kill off characters, but if this is a character that he's willing to kill off in this fight, because Mereoleona is too close to Mana, and now she's becoming Mana itself, and she cannot maintain her shape, so she might be gone after this fight. The healers are down, Mimosa is out of magic, Gray and Sekirei, we don't know where they are, and we don't know about Charmy if she can replenish that, but it's like the second gate Supreme Devil Adramelech says that I guess those are the human boundaries. She can only get stronger as much as the Hell Incarnate can let her. She can't get too close to Mana, and if she was a Supreme Devil, that would probably allow her to. But yeah, I kind of see her biting the dust, but at the same time I don't. So I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't say that she's dying, but until we see a casket, she ain't dead. Lucifero is now getting ready to get rid of Mereoleona for good, because again, he has been a thorn in his side. He probably is annoyed that she keeps on getting up. But Yuno, using his star magic, using conjunction, teleports her somewhere else, and he takes the hit from Mereoleona but blocked with his sword. And I think Yuno's gonna get up, because if he does, that's an insane durability. He just said that if they take one hit from him, they're basically dead. And if he survives this, which he most likely will, insane durability. And now Lucifero has got rid of the pest. He is now looking for Asta, saying, where did he go? And Noct uses his Devil Union and combines Canis X Echous, and now he's ready to face off Lucifero, but he isn't fighting for the sake of defeating Lucifero. He's fighting for the sake of giving Asta an opening, getting Asta behind Lucifero. Noct then says even if it costs him his life, then he'll stop him no matter what. And Noct was right when he said in the captain's meeting he knew his limits. Yeah, he capped at that Lilith and Nama fight, and he knew that was his limit. He's like, yeah, I think I'm done here. But continuing on, Asta gets an opening, but the devils that are holding, Lucifero down, Lucifero just says it's completely pointless, and he turns around and is getting ready to kill Asta once and for all. But Noct gets right in front of Asta and is ready to sacrifice himself, but his devil union breaks, and he realizes, I reached my limit, and I'm on my way to apologize to you now, Morgan. And bold of Noct to assume that he was going to heaven. But Noct, I understand that people understand that Noct has a lot of wanting to die tendencies. But if we're being honest, Noct blames himself for Morgan's death. He thinks that he can't be redeemed. And he thinks that him dying is the way of redemption. But I feel like he should be sticking around more, and I think that his character can grow a lot more than him dying. I think he's going to realize that. Noct blames his own selfishness for his family's death and Morgan's death, and no matter how much he tries to atone, he doesn't feel like he can be forgiven. But as soon as Yami heard the word I reached my limit, Yami says, we don't do that here. He comes right in with a World Tree sword made from William Vengeance and defends Noct. And he says, Vice Captain, it's been a while since we talked to each other. What the hell have you been doing? And he saves him, having a black moon around him and Noct, which ends the chapter. I gotta say, I know people are mad that Yami's up and think that it negates the consequences, but I feel like him fighting Lucifero still is a consequence. He could still die. And look, the World Tree sword that William made him, I want to see if William jumps in the fight. And we know that Yuno's going to get back up. Asta's going to be here. And Noct and Yami. So I cannot wait for a team up with all of them. But if you were to ask me who healed William and Yami, I would say probably William, but he doesn't have enough magic. And he was on death's door as well. Gray or Charlotte. I'm going with Charlotte because in her elf form, she was able to heal the life force of Yami on his arm. So I wouldn't be surprised if she could do that for both William and Yami to help them get back in this fight. But now I am ready for Yami, Asta, William, and possibly Noct versus Lucifero. Because we already know that Lucifero isn't going to get help from the Second Gate Supreme Devil. Because he's just going to watch him. And even if they do defeat Lucifero, he would still be at large. But that is all for today's video. And if you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification to always stay notified whenever I upload a video. 9 out of 10 chapter. And it has been the Right Cloak. I am now going to head up out of here. Peace out. And I'm out, guys. Peace. Have a great day and enjoy yourself. Yami go.